Hello, for this video I'd like for us to explore Leonardo.Ai. So this is an AI platform that I've actually been using for quite a while off and on. It's nothing short of remarkable the number of tools that Leonardo.ai has continued to add to their site and become available to users. And what's really is exciting about Leonardo.ai is while it is a credit-based system like a lot of other image generators, I have found that one thing I really like about it is you can adjust the settings of your image so that way your image can use less credits. So again, if you want to generate more images, if you're less worried about maybe like high resolution data or something, you can make those adjustments. The other thing I really love about Leonardo.ai is so many of their amazing tools are not locked behind a paywall. There are a few, so a lot of the newer things and some of the really cool stuff kind of is. And certainly if you move to a pay plan, you get access to even more stuff. So it's a great platform. But even as a free user, again, I'm a free user, I've had access to a lot of really great tools. I've had access to tools while they were in development to try them out and other really cool things. Again, it's a really neat platform. We're going to show a couple of cool ones in the next few videos. So here we go. Again, I'm in Leonardo.ai, and as we've kind of been doing so far, I'm going to click image creation. Again, we're all about creating images. You can already see, though, there are tools in here for creating consistent characters and changing the texture on objects and all kinds of cool stuff. So here are just some city pictures and stuff I was doing. Again, you can see I'm on the free plan. I wanted to show that. Notice that right now I'm in classic mode. Again, right here, I guess this is an old prompt I had. Old school sprite sheet of a villain with top hat, googly eyes, and a broom. If I were to create it, it would cost 13 credits. There's a little tool here for kind of tweaking your prompt. You can also upload an image to your prompt too, which is really cool to help control it. Over here on the side, you can see lots of details and different settings. So again, style, they have a lot of fine-tuned models that have different looks and styles to them. So character sheet painterly, game concept cartoon. Again, I can kind of pick whatever style I want. Whether I want high, medium, or low contrast, I'll just leave it there. Whether, again, quality is locked, but fast is fine. I can change the size of the picture, so I want it to be widescreen format. Again, I like a lot of my images in that, like cinematic format. But I can make it more set for a phone or different things. You are limited to either small or medium resolutions, not large. Again, there's some things that are locked underneath the paywall, but if you look, there's not even a lot of difference between these sizes. By default, it does 4 images. So again, you can change them if you are a subscriber. It is what it is. All right, there are some advanced settings down here where you can choose the different model base, for example, and there are lots of them. What's cool is if you don't like the way it looks when it creates your image, you can try using a different base model. So while, again, up at the top here, you can see there are style guides. There are also like engines you can pick for it. Whether you want to add a negative prompt, transparency, tiling, etc. We can create all that stuff. So again, you can modify some of these settings and it might lower the number of credits. I will say they give you 150 credits, I want to say a day, more or less. And they kind of continually, again, update. So, I'm very happy with this model. All right, so let's go ahead and click generate and see what we get. So while this is going, I will talk about something else. They have this brand new model called Flow State. And what's really cool about Flow State is the generations in here only cost 1 credit per image. So while this is going to cost 13, if I come over here to Flow State, again, it's only going to cost 1 token, which is pretty amazing. There are some prompts to give you examples of size dimensions, prompt enhance, again, vibes. Here's where, again, you can try to pick a very specific look to apply to your image. So if you want it to look like a statue or paper or origami or a logo, vectorized logo, flat illustration, color sketch. Again, if you have that specific street photo kind of look in mind, you can pick one of these vibes or just let it be automatic. You can check out the lighting again if you want to pick a certain look. Again, I love that you have that much control. You can really tell it a lot of this stuff, especially if you're not sure how to describe your image. I feel like it works really well. One of the hardest things about image generation is just trying to get to look right. So let's see, I'm going to try the same one, sprite, sheet, 2D pixel art. I have no idea if 2D pixel art is going to work at all in the flow state. I haven't used it before, so we're putting it together. Let's see, character with two large googly eyes for a head, holding a broom, I think is what I had. I don't know where I came up with this idea. And we'll hit generate and just see what we get. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like this one, again, there is some pixel art ones. Definitely did not get a sprite sheet. The overall character design, though, isn't bad. It's not terrible. Again, I think this one's broken. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of options. Holy cow. Fascinating. This thing just keeps generating. Oh, I see. It's also burning through all my credits there. So maybe we got to pick one. So it looks pretty good. I need to maybe go back. All right, so looks like while flow state was pretty cool that it takes only 1 credit per image, it burned through about half of my credits, which feels like a lot. Again, we're still waiting on the other ones in classic mode. Here we go. So maybe for a sprite sheet, the classic mode was a little bit better. I don't know why it gave the guy, I guess I told it a villain, and classic villains have top hats. So I'm not really sure why it gave it a top hat. But here we go. Again, the hardest part with image generation is creating what you want. It's funny, again, I think a lot of the critics of AI art are people that haven't really used it. Again, while these pieces are, well, okay, not bad, it can be really difficult to get exactly what you're looking for. I would say that's probably been the most challenging thing. So, again, think of these image generators as tools, as resources, as things, of course, we can use and utilize. But if you can couple these with traditional art skills, or maybe, again, traditional Photoshop skills, that's where we can really start getting some amazing things. As a tool that's going to completely replace a human illustrator, maybe someday. But the people that are the most upset over that, they're not probably utilizing these tools. I would say the only other argument against that would be if you just keep, again, if you had maybe unlimited money and you just kept generating, kept rolling those dice, hoping to win, kind of like a slot machine. All right. Again, Leonardo is pretty darn cool. They have some really neat stuff that you can do. Here are a couple of actually data sets that I created by uploading images. So again, if you have a specific style that you're looking for or a specific kind of artwork, again, you can upload images and help train a model. So that's also something that does really neat, Leonardo, is if you are wanting to pay, you can actually train your own models on your own style, on your own images, and have it generate things in your own artwork style, which is pretty cool. This is, again, artwork from a friend of mine. I uploaded a bunch of his images to see if it could capture his signature style. And while it needs some help, a lot of the images it did were a little bit funky. Overall, I would say it really did capture the style. While, again, it's not going to be replacing him, but what's really cool is I could generate images in his style that might need a little bit of fixing and editing because they have some weird errors and problems. We're still starting from a image that might be 80% complete, 70% complete, versus having to start from scratch. So that's where these tools, again, I think are the most exciting, is you can really start creating some amazing things where it will do so much of the work for you and get you really close to what you need, to get all the way over the finish line, to really get something very specific made. It needs work. It needs help. I love looking at these tools, again, thinking of people that are making images, people that are creating things that don't have a lot of art background, because they're able to create something that they wouldn't have been able before. Again, somebody with no art skills can create a sprite sheet or a character sheet like this. Again, not what I'm looking for maybe at all, but close. And with enough prompt engineering and changing, I might be able to get pretty close. Or just get something I like. So again, it lowers that bar of entry to allow anybody to create artwork. And sometimes you can get some really great pieces. Again, occasionally you can see it kind of hits the mark. Occasionally it needs a little bit of work. And again, I was uploading, trying to create some comic book illustrations. Some of these illustrations look really great. Some of them are really funky and weird. You can see it did not like trying to make a character with blue skin. Like, it had a lot of issues. But could be something that I could fix, in Photoshop and rework and re-edit. Okay. So, keep that in mind. Have fun. Play with these things. And I hope you enjoy working with Leonardo.ai.